Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Child Rewind Adult Mind. I am Naj,
Hey, I'm Jewel. Hi.
and we are the ladies of Broads of Attraction. We are back with another movie rewind.
Yeah,
As you guys know, what Jewel and I do is we go back and review movies that we saw once as a child. Jewel, first, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, girl?
I'm
Can
doing
you hear me?
well.
Hello, can you hear
I,
me?
I can definitely hear you. Hello. I'm excited to break down this particular movie.
Are you? Yay! I am too.
Well, we'll see. We'll get into it. Today we are doing The People Under the Stairs. Ah,
Yay!
ah.
No, there's more like there's more kind of noises, but yeah.
So we're doing The People Under the Stairs today. This movie, it follows a young boy and two adult robbers that break into a house to try to get a golden treasure or money treasure or
Yeah,
something. So then the plot unfolds, it thickens, all this other good stuff,
yeah.
and let's get right into it.
Our facts, our fun facts, and we have a teaser. Well, a stomp Naja question.
Okay, absolutely. We do this every week, guys, for our new viewers.
We
Jill
did.
comes with the facts about the movie, and also she tries to give me a trivia question. And so far, I got one right and got one wrong. So we'll see what I have today.
Yeah, 1-1. It seems like that's called something in sports. Is that called something?
A
A
tie.
tie? This is kind of tie. Yeah, it makes sense. So we are doing The People Under the Stairs. This movie originally came out in 1991. It was fact number one. It was written and directed by Wes Craven.
Which I did
Who?
not know. So I saw the
Yeah, yeah.
title, the credits,
The
whatever.
credits, yeah. So
Yeah.
that's pretty dope. It's just like with the Freddy series, he also got this one. It's loosely based from a news article he read with robbers breaking into a house and finding people trapped there or kidnapped or being held against their
Jeez.
will.
Okay, didn't know that.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess Wes Craven kept his ear to the ground as far as the news goes and his
Yeah,
franchise movies. Yeah.
interesting
So
concept.
So this also with this one it is title or is listed the genre is a comedy horror, just like the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise.
A comedy horror. Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah,
Okay,
would you feel that way after watching it? Do you feel it's a comedy horror or more?
I feel like it explains a lot. I didn't know it was a comedy horror, but after you saying that, it makes sense now. And it explains a lot.
Yeah, we'll get into that because I have a comment about that too.
Yeah.
Um, with this one, another fun fact: Hilary Swank, who was in Million Dollar Baby, you know Hilary Swank, she auditioned for the role Roach,
Okay.
which
Hillary
was the
Swank
dude.
auditioned for Roach?
Right. They said originally it was not written as male or female.
Wow. Okay. So I thought you were about to tell me that that little girl was Hillary Swank. I was about to say, get out of here. But okay.
No, I don't
Okay.
know who that girl is. She
All
sang
right. Well,
from color though.
know how I feel about who auditioned for it. That's my favorite part of the show, who auditioned for it. And every time I tell my sister, like, did you know that this person auditioned for it? Okay, but Hillary Swank auditioned for Roach. Interesting.
Mm, The stump nodge is the question. So I'm going to ask now.
Okay.
You can think about it,
All right.
and then later in the show we will answer it.
Okay. Go
Okay,
for it.
cool. Okay, so the main character, the little black boy, his name was Poindexter, the fool in the movie. His
Yes.
real name is Brian Adams.
Brandon. It's
Brandon,
Brandon.
I'm sorry. There you go, Brandon Adams.
Hmm.
Name another movie he played it. He started.
Starden?
Yes, or he was in. Maybe not the
He was
star.
in.
He was in.
I can
Yes.
name a TV show that he was in.
You can do. We can do it later. I'll take that. I'll accept that. So think
You'll
about
take a
it,
TV
and we'll
show.
come
Okay.
back. I'll take a TV show because I know which one you're gonna say. but,
Wait, but
yeah,
another movie. Okay.
when we get to it, I'll talk about it. Okay, so here we are. We're gonna start with or we're gonna move on to the child.
Yeah, but it's gonna bother me because I know I see him in so many movies. Not
Yeah,
so many, but it's gonna bother me.
a few. You probably did say him.
Um.
The one I'm thinking of. I'm sure you've seen him.
Okay. So Child View. Let's go for it.
Okay, so you don't. So do you recall the movie at all from childhood from the
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay. So even though I never seen it, my childhood interaction with it, I
yeah,
remember hearing the title, "The People Under the Stairs," and thinking that yes, it's a scary movie, but I didn't know that there was anybody black in this movie at all. I think it was. I always thought it was just like a scary white movie. Like I never thought that black people was in this movie at all. I just thought it was a movie. It was scary, and it was literally about scary people under some stairs. And so
okay.
I didn't think it was about, it had black people in it.
You weren't interested, pretty much.
No, as a kid, I don't think I was ever interested in seeing this movie. It was just like another scary movie that never really crossed my path. Like I never had an opportunity to watch it.
Okay. Well, like I said, we watched it a lot. It was one of those movies that we played constantly, and I have no idea why.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think we grew, I grew up religious,
Yeah.
so there was no sex in this movie. So that was there was a lot of
Interesting.
murder and death and blood and gore, but there was
But
no
no
sex.
sex.
There was no sex, so
As long as
it
there
was
ain't no snack.
unapproved. Yeah,
No
as long as
sex.
there's no sex and no
Oh,
opportunity for my daughter to see sex and end up pregnant, it's
yeah.
okay. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So yeah,
Hey, I get it. I allow
yeah,
cussing songs, but as soon as they say the P word, I'm like, turn that off. So I get it. Like, I don't know, it's just
yeah.
different for some reason. So you say your mom let you watch this movie.
Yeah, we watched it a
Okay.
lot. Yeah, she
Okay.
probably watched it with us, honestly. But another thing too, like how it's the comedy horror, because there's a
Yeah.
lot of little weird parts that aren't scary, just weird. You know what I mean? That's
Tons
probably the
tons of weird part. Yeah, I don't this seems like a movie that somebody could watch with their kid because of that comedy factor. And it was scary, but it wasn't like I'm not gonna be able to go to bed at night type scary. Maybe because of that comedy or because of I don't know. It doesn't seem like Freddy Krueger scary to me.
see. That's the thing too, though, because it's very similar to Wes Craven style and our Freddy Krueger style, though. Like, because it's
Yeah.
a lot of like Home Alone, like slapstick. Let's hurt the bad guy in this really awkward, weird way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
That's the part I think that made it not scary for me. That it was I don't know, but I'll give
Yeah.
you
Well,
my
yes.
adult mind.
Yeah, so I was excited to watch it again. I was excited to watch it with you. I'm glad you got a chance to watch it. Our first experience was probably just renting it from Blockbuster or
Oh
whatever
wow.
whatever local VHS place was around, and we just watched it all the time.
Blockbuster on Illinois. There was one
Oh,
down there.
yes, girl. Hell yes, girl.
That was our neighborhood Blockbuster.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you like? You said it was one of your favorite movies. So what do you think
Yeah.
about it, 1 through 5? What was your rating
Oh,
for it
that's a
as a
good
kid?
question. My
Yeah.
rating as a kid, it'd probably be high, probably like a 4 as a
You
kid.
said you was in love with the movie.
Yeah,
You
probably
are
like a
hard on
4.
movies. You are hard
I
on
am
movies.
hard. I'm
This is
hard
one of your
on
favorite movies.
entertainment.
Okay, so a four is definitely good, but you like you watched this all the time as a kid. You were excited. It's a 4.
But it's not like Back to the Future would be a 5. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So this would be a
gotcha.
4. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? Because I mean, it's cute. The little boy was and that's another thing. Little boy was so damn cute growing
he
up. You
was.
know what I mean? He was like
Yeah.
so cute. And then he was like slick. He had so many little punchlines. He was talking back to the folks. So it was
Yeah.
like, yeah. So as a
Bust
kid,
your
it was
ass
like,
or kick your
yeah,
ass or bust your ass or kick something.
yeah. He was,
Okay. So, all right. So, never seen it as a kid, and I'm fair on movies because I tried to watch the movie like I'm in that year. So I had to keep in mind this is 1991, and I'm
okay,
watching this movie for the first time.
okay.
So the movie starts off immediately. I see tarot cards, and I lose it.
Yes.
You know.
Okay, because when I thought of that, I was like, oh, I can't wait for her to see this part. Yes.
Oh, I lost it because the tarot cards were clear. It was the writer's way. It was the deck that I literally just got finished doing a reading. And then I was like, okay, let me hurry up and start watching the movie. And then it was like these cards. I was like, yes, I know where this movie is going. I love it. And I was like, interested into it and because of the tarot cards. So then as I kept watching, I'm just like, where's this movie going? Because he was, and first of all, why was his name Fool? I hated that his name was Fool. I hated that
Let's go
so
back though,
much.
because you mentioned the tarot cards, and his name
Yeah.
was Fool because of the fool in the deck.
Yes.
How do you, like? What is that? Does that resonate? Like, how do you?
I don't think that, well, I think that she called him, I mean, the fool can mean several different things.
For sure,
The
for
fool
sure.
means so many things. In that particular reading, it did mean that he's going to do foolish stuff. It also meant that he's a chance taker. And you know what I'm saying? In the reading she gave him. And she was like, as a slick, that was a sister, right?
Your sister, yeah.
Just being slick, she was like, I'm going to give you that nickname Fool. So I think because he got that card, she was like, I'm going to start calling you Fool. But Fool was actually, I mean, the Fool is actually one of my favorite cards in the deck because it's about chance taking and it's about going out there and taking that leap of faith. So it's a good card to have, but I think she was just giving him that because it's a brave card and for several different reasons. as the movie progressed, I think that he resonated more with that car. You know what I'm saying? As the movie progressed, you saw why he did resonate with the food if you went to that. But I definitely think she gave him that because she knew he was about to go on an adventure. She didn't know, but that was just a prediction. And then she, as a slick sister, was just like, I'm going to call you the food because you pulled this card. So, so I know why they called him food. I just thought that it was stupid that his name was food in the movie. I just thought it was dumb.
Okay, but just in general, it's dumb. But you,
now I understand why.
It makes sense. It makes sense.
Oh yeah, it makes sense. Okay, based on the reading, it makes sense. Yes, I just hate that was his name.
Okay, that's fair.
Because they sounded stupid throughout the movie saying it. That's why.
Right, because that part when Ving Rhames is being checked by the dog, and he's like, "Run, fool!" And the man was like, "Did you hear probably fool?" Yeah,
that's in my notes. That's in my notes. He was like, "Run, fool!" I was so mad. I was like, "Why is his name fool? What? Run, fool!" And then the white guy was like, "He called me a fool." I was like, "I can't take this. I can't."
Because he was out. He went back in for sure.
He went back in, and when she gave him the reading, she kind of told that story a little bit, so you just saw it play out. So yeah, it was dope that was at the beginning. I really liked that part of the movie.
Okay, cool. So we went from there to the mom is sick and they are living in poverty. And that's one thing I did not pick up on as a kid, that they were impoverished. Like I got they were just that they were poor, but I didn't get that they were the rent was due, and they're talking about if you pay it 3 days late, it's triple, which I'm like, nah, it's not gonna be.
I never heard of that.
Yeah,
that's crazy. I knew that as a kid. That's crazy. But so when you, as a kid, are you saying that you didn't know what that meant, or you never paid no attention?
Pick up. Like it wasn't even on my radar as a kid. Like, you know what I mean? As a kid, who worried about their rent due? You know what I mean? You're not worried about the bills. Like, you know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. The talking is what you don't pay attention to as a kid.
Yeah.
And then as an adult, you see how things come together and why things are happening. As a kid, you just watch the action. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So as an adult, I saw, I get why they have to do this. Because as a kid, I'm like, why are they saying this little boy on a robbery? But as an adult, I see he is wanting, his mom's like, you need to be a man. And he's wanting to take care of his family, which is a very tough position to put a 13-year-old in.
Okay, he was 13. I actually missed it. I didn't know how old he was.
I think they said the reading was his 13th birthday or something like that. I think.
Okay. I thought it was interesting that they went on that robbery or whatever. I don't know. Can we get into that? The actual robbery?
Let's go.
And okay, so I felt like the two, like Ving Rhames, I don't remember his name in the movie. I feel like he died really early in the movie. Like he died like fairly early. Like he wasn't in it. I mean, he was in it enough, but I'm like, after he died, the movie went on for like a whole nother hour.
It did go on for a while after his death. His name was Leroy. I just looked it up.
Leroy. Okay, so what did I miss? He died so early. I didn't see them mourn him at all.
Well, that's the thing too that I realized in this movie, like how quick things went, because it went from them being at his house talking about the rent being due to them actually doing the robbery. So I was just like, what am I missing?
So that first time he left the house and he went back, he's sitting at the table with his granddad and his sister, and his granddad is explaining the story of the house and how they've been weird for years and this and that. And the sister is just sitting there. I'm like, so at what point did he tell you, do you know that dude is dead? Like, do you know that Leroy died? Because she's just sitting there listening to the story. Do you know he died? They never mourned him.
You know, I don't know what he told them. Like, that's getting far ahead, because when they all showed up at the end, I'm like, how they know to be there?
That's what I'm saying. Well, let's walk our way there. I don't know how far we need to dive into this movie, but
we'll go back. We'll go back. Okay. So the little boy fool, he goes to the house and he like scopes it out in the little Boy Scout uniform. The lady's like, I'm not trying to hear it. So then Spencer, the white guy, comes in and he thinks does he think because he's a white guy he has access, or is he just a criminal and he's like, I'm a criminal, I'm slick enough to get access?
Well, maybe because it might have been because he's a criminal, because he had on his whole his outfit, his criminal outfit, and he had his ID, he was ready, he was prepared. So maybe he was just like, I got this, I've done this before, I've gone into several people's house before. So
that's crazy. I've gone into several people's house.
So he had his, everything she said, he had a rebuttal for it. You passed my meter. He was like, actually, I need the one inside. We don't have one inside. Actually, yes, you do. Let me see some ID. Bam. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, he's like, legally, we can come into your residence. I'm like,
Yeah.
can you? But
And you. And she let him in. I was like, oh, he did.
she saw that ring and was like, yep, come on
Yeah.
in.
What was that ring about? Was that some kind of significance, or did she just know he was shady because he had on a ring?
I was thinking that because it didn't seem like work appropriate.
That's what I thought. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
what I thought. I thought it was just that because it didn't seem work appropriate. Somebody out fixing meters and stuff with that ring on, not to judge or anything like that, but it seemed shady. It seemed like you forgot to take that off.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like movie shady though. In real life, if our meter guy came up with a skull on his ring, I wouldn't care.
Yeah. And they looked at it. They zoomed in on it a little bit. So you was like, oh, that's a clue. There's something going on right there. That ring.
Yeah,
So,
light bulb, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. He got in, and that was the last time we seen him alive, right?
Yeah, he got in, and then like within 2 minutes, she was leaving out the house. So
Why did she leave? Like, did he?
I think that was just the point in the movies to give them access. So now they get in the house and the dog, so they break into the house and the dog is in there like ready.
So ready.
The dog like attacks them and they're fighting with the dog and the house is literally a mess.
The house is a mess. Yeah, the house was a mess. Well,
the house was weird. That was weird too, that it never seemed like the same house.
Yeah, that was a little confusing too, but
they notice things are weird and they go up to the second floor and does he put on that leather suit like immediately?
No, I thought the leather suit, I didn't see what was that leather suit? Was that
that gimp suit with the
that was so weird, that suit.
It was unnecessary.
I like looked down, I looked back up, I'm like, Black Panther? Who was that? Like I just saw this black, I was like, wait a minute, it was unnecessary because why? Like you don't turn into some kind of mutant or something when you put this on. Like,
no.
Are you just your killing outfit? Like,
yeah,
so stupid.
It was stupid because it's hot. It's a leather suit, and he's about to go chase this nigga through the house.
And he was changing into that just to go chase him.
You know, it's not easy to put that on. So tight. That kind of material gets stuck on your skin. You know, it's not. You know, it was a feat to put that damn leather suit on. So but he has his gun. He's like shooting it like a cartoon character. Yeah, he's just like.
Yeah,
no regard, shooting a gun. So he's ended up shooting through the house. At some point, the little girl shows up. I do not remember where and when.
You know, you saw the movie a bunch of times as a kid.
I know.
She does show up.
She does.
Her mother is fussing at her, and where's the fork? And I guess she was.
That's right, the fork.
Yeah.
Yes, that's when you see the hand. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like, okay, there's the people under the stairs, I guess, and then. It moves on. What's next?
You sound like what's your rating of this movie?
I thought that was at the end. I thought
no, listen to me. I got to hear it now because you like, ugh.
I thought we discussed that at the end, my rating.
I need to hear it now. I need to hear it right now.
Well, you know, I'm fair on movies. You know, I rate movies as if I'm in that year because I think that's only fair. So I was open-minded. I was ready to hear this movie, ready for this movie. And the tarot, I was into it. So overall, I would say after watching this movie, and I actually watched it twice because the first time I feel like I missed so much. Yeah, I watched it again earlier today. So I watched it again because I feel like I missed so much. And I'm going to have to probably give this movie, I'm probably going to give it I'm sure, honestly, I'm going to give this movie a 1.
Give it a 1. I think 1's kind of low. I think 1 is low.
I was torn between 1 or 2, and I'm never going to watch it again. So that's why I said fair. 1, but maybe 2. Maybe 2 because it was a little scary. In 1991, it's probably scary as hell. So I'll give it a 2. I'll take that back. I'll give it a 2. But I hated it. I hated the movie. I watched.
You seem like you hated it. You seem like you over it. Yeah.
I hated it. I was like, this is so boring.
I see. That's the thing. The second time watching as an adult, I didn't think it was boring. I gave it a 4 as a kid. As an adult, I'm gonna give it a 3.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it a 3, and it's because it's a Wes Craven movie. It's very on par with Wes Craven. His elements. I thought it was very different for Wes Craven also as far as the political aspect to try to try to bring I don't know if necessarily attention to like the low income and the people or the lower side of town, but
I mean, that's happening now too. So it's always interesting how that stuff
yeah.
always, comes back, or how as an adult those things resonate.
Yeah, yes. I
That's
mean,
definitely happening now.
yeah, like landlord tenant issues is probably
Mhm.
gonna always be a thing, and that's another thing too. As a kid, you don't realize the seriousness of the landlord tenant issue.
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
but overall, yeah, I'm gonna give it a three. Pretty cool horror stuff too. The people under the stairs, that's another thing too. The people that actually were under the stairs weren't really that scary.
Yeah, they weren't. I thought that the people under the stairs were the scary people. The people under the stairs to me seemed like they would be the villain. Like they seem like they're the ones that's trying to get you and trying to keep you. And then also the people under the stairs were just teenage boys, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that teenage boys aren't people, but for me, people sounds like scary, like a bunch of grown-ups. You know what I'm saying? Like it could have been the children under the stairs. And then I don't know, my mind would have been somewhere else. But I don't know. I was thinking of people under the stairs. I just picture like this really weird family under the stairs, or these really ghouly monsters, or I wasn't picturing teenage boys under the stairs. I definitely wasn't pictured that they were captured and put under the stairs. I never really saw the under the stairs connection. It just seemed like they were in the walls or in the basement. Were they really literally under the stairs? At the end, they came out the stairs. But that was the only time I see them actually in the stairs or under the stairs. So I don't know. It's the title for me. The
This is
title
the
didn't
title that
connect with
threw
the
it off.
movie.
This in this movie. So the predators in this movie were the family, the mom and the dad.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so you were expecting not them to be the predators, but for the people under the stairs to be the
Yeah. Well, having never seen the movie at all, I thought the
yeah,
people under the stairs were
right.
the scary people. Yeah, I thought they were the ones who was trying to kill whoever. I thought the movie was about literally the people under the stairs, and that they were going to try and get you. That's what I thought.
I don't know if I'll watch it again. I watched it with my kid this time. I think she didn't like it too much either, but she thought it was funny.
Was that her first time watching it?
It was her first time watching it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Now, also hearing you say that it's a comedy drama or whatever,
yeah,
it makes sense. So that's why I said that's another reason why I'll boost my one up to a two, because some of
yeah,
those lines that I thought were corny, I can see that they were meant to be funny. They were meant to be kind of
yeah.
cheesy and corny, and like those one-liners, like you said. So yeah, so that's why I'll bump it up to a two. But I hated them calling him fool. I thought it was weird how they never really mourned that Leroy. He's sitting there talking to his sister, and she's like ready to. I don't know. They're talking about the house, but I'm like, dude is dead. And they came back at the end, and we're outside, and she had on that maid dress or whatever the hell she had
Yeah, that was
on.
weird. The sister overall was weird. Oh,
She's weird in every movie.
so we're about to wrap it up. Do you want to answer the trivia question?
Let's get to it.
Another
Yes.
show?
Yes.
Another
Oh,
show
okay.
or movie?
Another movie he was in. Give me 1 second. Let me picture a movie he was in. It was the 90s. I'm trying to think. I don't see him with anybody white. I see him with somebody black. Is he somebody's kid? Is he, let me see, mama? No, I'm trying to scan my memory. I have bunch of files from the 90s. Give me one quick second.
Mm-hmm.
Another movie he was, it wasn't, no, that wasn't him in Little Rascals. That was too late. Who is,
But
he was on Martin. There was an episode where Martin took off his shoes and gave them to him. Doc, damn it. Yeah, he was on Martin. There's an episode. It was a Christmas episode. It was a Christmas
he was
episode.
on a Christmas episode where they were with the kids.
Yes, he took
Yes,
his.
I was thinking he was on that episode with all those kids. Yeah.
There you go. See, listen, I know my Martin.
Girl, bye. So go ahead and wrap it up.
Okay, so overall, Jewel gives this movie
I
a
give it a
3
3.
as a 4 as a kid, a
Yeah.
3 as an adult. So you
I
took
do.
a step back. So as
I
the
did.
adult rewind, you didn't like it as much. Wes Craven, I was excited to see that it was his movie. As a kid, my first experience with it was just the title and what I thought it was about. As an adult, it was not anything that I thought it would be at all. And I did not like the movie. I don't plan to ever watch this movie again, not even with my children. So I give it a 2 because it is Wes Craven. And let me say this, because I know we gotta go. And I'm sure I just think this because I'm an adult now. But at ending where the money shot in the air, and you got a bunch of black and brown people, woohoo, and going crazy and taking the money. I hated that, but I understand that it was just like, okay, they finally got the money back that was taken from them, or that they got, well, not taken
Yeah.
from them, but the evictions and the people. It's like, I get why they had that movie, but it's like, I just hate to see, we just always got to be in ghettos, and I don't know, that part bothered me, but.
Well, yeah, I can see that too. But I mean, then it's kind of like, I want to say Robin Hood, but Robin Hood would be
It
the
was.
wrong. The Robin Hood would probably be the wrong mythology, but something just kind of like
Well,
that, where you just the money,
I get
the
it.
money goes back. But
The money
I
went
don't
back to the
like
people.
seeing
There's plenty
people
of it.
like pander for money either, so I get it for sure.
That it was just that little teeny tiny piece that bothered me, and the movie ended that way. Like the zombies, or not the zombies, the little boys came out the house like,
They look like zombies.
I will say, please, 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 send us some movies that you guys want us to review, things that you saw as a child that you're going to watch with us as an adult. Send it to
So, yeah, our
email.
website is boapodcast.com, and then the email will be inboxboa@gmail.com.
Yes, and if you skip back 15 minutes or 15 seconds, then you'll just write it down that way. We don't have to repeat it. Just go back 15 seconds and then
Well, no, I'll
rewrite it
do it.
down.
Inbox, imboxboa@gmail.com, boapodcast.com. I'm sorry, my energy is so low. I'm tired.
No, that's okay. That's okay. All right. Well, thank you guys again. Make sure you get in contact with us. Let us know what movies you got for us. And then in the meantime, Jewel and I will come up with some movies as well. I think we'll have
I'm
let's
talking
do
about bye.
Let's do a comedy one.
Yeah, I'm for comedy.
We're not
for
done.
sure.
All right. Peace, guys.